What up, what up, what up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to review The Shy, Season 6, Episode 8. So if you haven't seen the 8th episode of Season 6 of The Shy, turn this video off right now. Go watch the episode, come back and watch this video. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. It's a simple and free way to support my channel, and it literally takes less than 5 seconds, 4 seconds, whatever. And if you're spending those 4 seconds watching this video, you could definitely hit the like button and hit the subscribe button, because I don't only review The Shy, I review other shows as well. I just finished doing my review of the second episode of Baddies East on Zeus Network, so go check that out too. I'm also not a public speaker, so I will tend to fumble my words. You might hear me say so 1,000 times. I might pause and regain my thoughts. Definitely going to be looking at my notes that I take throughout the show over here. And, yeah. What else? Oh, yeah. Anything I say, my opinion, it does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. These are my thoughts and expressions. No one's paying me to be biased. None of that bullshit. And, yeah. I got my big water bottle right here in case I get thirsty. Yeah, I like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. I'm going to grade this episode in A... No, not A. I'm going to give it a B+. It was good. It was good because I liked all the nostalgia, all the old moments we got to see from season 1 and up. So I liked that. So I'm going to give it a B-. It was okay. I didn't like that they named this episode Who Shot You? Because it was like we knew who got shot and we knew who shot the person. So I was like, why was it even called Who Shot You? This episode should have been called Goodbye Kevin, or See You Later, or See You Soon Kevin. Something in that sense. Because I feel like that's what that whole episode basically gave us, like Goodbye Kevin. That's what I feel like it should have been. But either way, last chance. If you haven't seen Season 6, Episode 8, The Shy, turn this video off right now because I'm about to spoil the entire episode, okay? Cool. So the first scene is basically Kevin on the train. You know, he gazing out the window at Chicago, and they show scenes of him and, you know, other castmates from season 1. They showed scenes from season 1. Basically, they prepping us because we know Kevin leaving. So Kevin's leaving, so we already know this. It's like, it's so upsetting. I mean, I get he not one of the important cast members anymore, but like he one of the ones we watched from the beginning. Like it all started with him. He the one that saw who killed. What was the boy name that they thought Coogie killed? Was his name Jason or Jake, or because that was Tracy's son. I can't remember his name. Tracy and Ronnie's son, but it wasn't really Ronnie's son. But it all started with Kevin because Kevin saw who did it, and then but he wasn't trying to say nothing. I don't remember. And then Kevin ended up getting traumatized from seeing what happened. And it was a lot we saw with Kevin in the beginning, and now we seeing him leave. So I'm just like, I'm not feeling it. I don't care. Like, he better not be leaving the show for good. I'm gonna be pissed. He better be just leaving for this season, and then the next season he come back because they done moved the tournament in Chicago or something. I don't know. Shit, they better figure something out because I don't want Kevin fully gone. I don't care if he don't got that many scenes or whatever you want to call it. He an OG cast member. Next thing you know, they're gonna be getting rid of Emmett. So Keisha's still mad at Emmett. They in the kitchen ignoring each other. Emmett making himself a sandwich until he go in the refrigerator, and Keisha noticed like he in there too long. He getting irritated. So she like, what are you looking for? So he like, I'm looking for the Miracle Whip. She was like, well, it was on the list when you was supposed to go to the store, so you must have forgot it. He was like, dang, you knew I forgot it and you still didn't get it for me? I be like, they funny. So Keisha, do you work tomorrow? Because I'm trying to go look for me a new job. So Emma says, yeah, I work tomorrow. He was like, but I can take off all next week. So Keisha was like, I really appreciate that. And then they started fucking. And I didn't like the song they was playing while they was fucking. It was playing something called Booty. It was like, booty, booty, booty. I was like, why did they have to play that type of song? I mean, you ain't got to play no slow, sensual stuff, but that sounded like strip club music. It was like, booty, booty, booty. It was just fun. That music was just not, I didn't feel like it fit right there. So, Duda and Zay, they all cheesing. Duda telling Nook, oh, Zay found somewhere for us to wash the money at. Duda looking like, okay, bet. Dude was like, this is big. What do you mean? And Nook was like, nah, what's big is me killing a nigga that was hurting our business. Talking about the pastor. So dude was like, well, that's actually causing me, that's causing me more problems. Actually adding more to my stress level or something like that. He was like, now people, what did he say? Oh, he said now people are starting to sniff around. Nook was like, but you gave the order. What you mean? So dude was like, yeah, but if you had better negotiation skills, we wouldn't have another body on our hands. I was like, oh, man. So Zay get the cheesing, right? And dude was like, oh, don't get too cocky, Zay, because your ass got a lot of growing up to do. So you can tell he still want Nook as his number 2, but Nook be doing, I guess he don't like the way Nook moves to Neva. But like he told, what's her name from Girlfriends, when they was sitting in the club, he was just like, none of them could be as thorough as me or whatever. And not trying to say dude is thorough, but like he want niggas to be too much like him. And ain't nobody gonna be exactly like you. So I feel like at the end of the day, he ain't gonna never fully trust Nook or Zay to do anything. So Tiff, they at their little grow place. I guess they had got the space. They didn't show us that. I wish they would have. But Tiff, she's spraying the plants. She excited about how the progress is going along. Rob is low-key irritated because he like, man, it's taking us too long to make a profit. And Tiff like, well, Cairo said it'll take time, but we'll just keep working for Duda until we can get up on our own. Rob was like, man, I don't know. What'd he say? He said Duda ain't gonna be around too much longer. And Tiff was like, what that mean? So that's when Rob tells her, like, my mother Gil came with strings. She wanted me to find the nigga that killed my uncle. That killed my uncle and kill him. And Duda killed my uncle. So Tiff was like, hey, you sure about this? And Rob was like, yeah, I know who killed him. Like, she was like, you sure you know that it was Duda? He was like, yeah, but he ain't tell her how he knew. So Tiff was like, why you ain't tell me? This affects our family. We could have found another way, etc., etc. Rob's like, it's too late. We done already spent all the money. It is what it is. Tiff was like, well, tell your mother you ain't killing nobody. And Rob was like, you don't know my mother. Like, she make Duda look like a saint. So I was like, oh, okay. So now we know the type of character that Lynn Whitfield gonna be playing. Because I ain't know what her character was going to consist of. I mean, I thought it was kind of weird of her telling her son to take care of it. And he was like, I'm not no type. I don't be in this type of shit. And she was like, I do. I was like, if your son say he don't be in it and you do, why not you take care of it now that you know and you got confirmation? Why, like, leave him out of it. And he working for this nigga. So it's like, why you even, I don't know. But then we get this scene. Kevin, he in his apartment. He packing up his stuff. This janky ass moving dude coming in, talking about, yeah, I'm here to take your furniture. Kevin trying to tell him, like, I move on Tuesday. They supposed to be coming on Monday. First, the dude wasn't even believing him. He was like, look, I done beat niggas up for trying to lie and say that the moving date on this day. So Kevin go to his email, show the dude the confirmation and all that. He was like, look, I'm still taking your furniture. He coming in, knocking Kevin's shit on the floor. I was just like, oh, man. So after they done finished smashing, Emmett and Keisha, they in the bed. Emmett was talking about something. I forgive you. So Keisha was like, that wasn't an apology sex. That was thank you for taking off a week from work sex. She's like, we still got problems. She was like, if you don't understand that I'm upset with you for holding Duda's money in our home, then I don't know what amount of understanding you gonna I don't know what amount of talking gonna help you, basically. So Emma was like, I don't know how you don't understand that you going to another nigga to have him protect off my family wouldn't piss me off. So Keisha gets that, I don't care about your ego. I'm protecting my family. And Emma was like, me too. And Keisha was like, I can't tell. It don't feel like it or something, she said. So, Emmett trying to keep the peace. He grabs Keisha by her hands like, look, I just want us to go back to the way we was. And I'll do whatever it takes to fix it. So Keisha was like, I hope you do. And then Keisha gets a nook. I was about to say a nook. She gets a text from Nook asking, can they meet up? So I'm just like, oh, I don't like this. I ain't like this fact that she met up with him the first time. So now he feeling comfortable to meet up. She brings that up when they meet up later in the episode. But you know me, I go sing for saying, so it is what it is. So Papa, he comes back to Smokey's. I guess he came back to work early because Kenya comes up to him like, I thought you had another week off. He was like, I'd rather be here. And most people are like that. When they go through grief, they'd rather just keep themselves busy than to actually like grieve, which is not always healthy. Some people grieve in their own way though. So Kenya asks Papa, like, you still mad at me? Papa's like, I wasn't mad at you. I was just hurting, but it wasn't cool for me to take my frustrations out on you. And I apologize. So Kenya, she was like, oh, thank you. And then she asked him, like, you want to go out to a bowling date? So Papa brings up again, like, me and my father's last argument was about I shouldn't be with you. He was like, and now that he's gone, I'm going to respect his side of things. He was like, we can be cool, but nothing more. So then Keisha get to, I was so scared to give you my heart, Papa. I'm like, girl, y'all just started talking and you was barely trying to talk to him. And you was dissing him in front of his friends trying to act like y'all wasn't together. I mean, y'all technically wasn't because he didn't know about your son at the time, but still. When did he have your heart, girl? So she's like, I feel like you, I was scared to give you my heart and now you breaking it. Papa's like, I'm sorry, I never meant to hurt you. And King was like, but you did. So Maisha and Kevin, they laid up. Maisha asking Kevin, you still want to do this long distance thing? Kevin like, yeah. Maisha having her doubts, like, what if you get busy? Kevin like, I'm gonna never get too busy for you. Maisha like, you can't promise that because you're gonna be in a new city, meeting new people. Kevin was like, well, are you having second thoughts? So Maisha was like, no, I'm just not finna get hurt. So Kevin was like, I would never hurt you. I would never hurt you. What did he say? Oh yeah, Maisha was like, you won't do it on purpose. She was like, but what if it gets to be too much? You feeling like you torn between two cities or whatever she said. Kevin was like, I want to be with you. And he tells her he loves her. Maisha's like, oh, I love you too. She's like, but if it gets too hard, let me know. She keeps trying to say, she's like, I don't want to hold you back. And Kevin's like, you could never hold me back. You don't got nothing to worry about. Everything will be okay. Maisha was like, I'm going to miss you. He was like, I'm one call away. I'm only one call away. So Emmett, he's sitting down with Jada and Darnell. He's saying, I know it's a lot of money for me to get up from under Duda. They never say how much the money is, how much it is. So Jada like, we understand. But Darnell, he's like low-key singing a different tune than what he was singing last week. I mean, I get where he was coming from still, but it was weird. I guess he was trying to do that in front of Jada to make it seem like he ain't just letting this shit be easy. Because Darnell gets to, man, you put me and your mother through so much. Every day we wondering if somebody gonna call us and tell us you dead. And it was like, you was just down to help last week. So Darnell was like, I'm still gonna help, but that don't mean I'm disappointed. That don't mean I'm not disappointed in your choices. So Jada was like, chill, Darnell. Like, Emmett, he understands. Emma was like, you acting like you never made no mistakes in your life, says it to Darnell. Darnell was like, I've been through everything you've been through times 20. Like, at some point, you need to start listening to me. So Emma I got involved with Duda to give my family a better life. Yeah, it's going to come with some risk. He was like, yeah, it's going to come with some risk, but you got to take the risk if you're going to win. Darnell was like, don't take the risk if it means, what do you say? Don't risk the lives of your family just to see so you can appear to live better. So Emmett, he piped up, I can take care of my family. Darnell was like, apparently not. You know, Emmett, he probably getting tired of everybody telling him he can't take care of his family. He just had to hear this from Keisha earlier, and now he hearing this from Darnell. So Emmett, he piped up, man, fuck you. I don't need this shit from you. He's like, I don't need nothing from you. So Darnell was like, you gonna sit there and you gonna let me handle it. So Emmett was like, what would that mean? Darnell was like, you gonna see. So we was all waiting to see what you gonna see, man. Excuse me. So at the Rock Center, I guess Tierra's there volunteering. Rashad's there volunteering. He staring her down from across the way, folding clothes or whatever. Then Marcus comes over to Tierra and Rashad mugging, start hating. I'm like, nigga, you supposed to have a whole girl. Like, let them live. He annoying. He need to chill, but it's over now. So Tierra, her and Marcus going back and forth. I love volunteering with you. And they kiss. I'm so happy about being in love. And I'm so happy me and Jim are getting along. All that stuff they talking about. So Rashad, he decides he gonna send Tierra a text message, basically saying, what did it say? I'm finally letting you go. I guess that one amazing night we had was just that one amazing night. So after Tiff finds out about this deal with Rob and his mom, she goes to Emmett. She's like, I need to talk some sense into Rob. And Emmett like, what make first he was like, why does Rob want to kill Duda? And Tiff was like, I can't say. So Emmett was like, what makes you think Rob won't listen to me? And Tiff was like, I think this is some man-to-man shit. So Emmett was like, well, you wanted to be the big boss. And Tiff was like, don't play, because I heard about your ass getting punked. And I was like, who she hear that from? Because I was like, who could have told her that they seen him get punked by Duda? I don't know. She was like, this is about our family. This is about our son. And so Kevin, Papa, Jake, they chilling in Kelvin's apartment, smoking. Kevin asked him, like, what y'all gonna do for the summer? And Jake, he said he gonna keep building his brand with his merch. Papa said he going to seminary school. They was like, what? He was like, my father always wanted me to follow in his footsteps, and I guess me giving the eulogy at his funeral was the final nudge for me to do it. So Jake was like, just because your father died don't mean you gotta live for him. So Papa piping up like, I know what I'm doing, Jake. So Kevin, he changed the subject with Papa, what's up with you and Kenya? Papa's like, oh, that's over with. She wasn't my match. And Jake was like, because your daddy said so? And Papa was like, what'd he say? What'd he say? I don't even remember what Papa said. Oh, yeah. Jake said, oh, she wasn't your match because your daddy said so. And Papa was like, he was right. My dad was right. So Kevin was like, well, it's your life. And Kevin wasn't even saying that. Kevin was just like, it's your life. Papa like, then let me live it. I'm like, damn, we get your dad died, but you keep piping up on people, like, calm down. So Jake, he get to look around the apartment. He like, man, I was just getting used to this place. So Kevin was like, you want it? Kevin was like, the landlord told me I had to find a new tenant. Jake was like, I don't know if I'm ready for all that. Kevin was like, I thought you said you've been saving your money. And Jake was like, when's my shit stop selling? And Kevin was like, well, if you ever get in the bind, just hit me up. And Jake was like, oh, you got it like that, huh? That gaming must be playing well. So Kevin was like, I'd rather my brother be staying here than some stranger. So that made me think that he bought the joint for a minute. Until later when Jake was telling Gemma about it. So Jake was like, all right, I'm down. So that's when Kevin was like, we got to do one more thing before I go. And they go out riding through Chicago on their bikes. And they show scenes of them when they were so little. They were so little. It's crazy. They were so little. So this is when we get to see we'll see what Darnell said. We'll see to Emmett. He goes to Duda, hands him a bag of money. He's like, you should settle my son's score. So Duda, he opened the bag looking and it says, this should settle about half of it. So Darnell was like, all right, well, you take that for now and I'll find a way to get you the rest. So dude was like, what is this? I don't like bartering with money. He was like, I'd rather, he said, I prefer favors. So Darnell get the, what kind of favors? Dude was like, you can keep your money and I'll go easy on Emmett. If I could count on you to say nice things about me when you're out and about. And I was like, bro, are you serious? This nigga is threatening people. This nigga is threatening people to say nice things about him when they out in public. That's funny as hell, bro. Like, that's a different type of... Yeah, a different type of gangster. I was like, bro, I thought that was funny as hell. So Darnell get the, I don't got nothing nice to say about you. And dude was like, well, you will if that means the protection of your son and his family. So I'm just like, oh my god, that's crazy. That man gotta say nice things until somebody take this nigga out. So Darnell, he tries to walk out. And dude was like, hey, Darnell. Tells him, like, take your money, grab his money. So Keisha, she meets up with Nook in his car. She's like, what is this about? Nook's like, look, I know we not together no more. And I just miss talking to you, that's all. So Keisha was like, well, me and Emmett are already on thin ice. This type of shit is sending him over the edge. And the whole cherry just fell out this bitch. Nook was like, I ain't trying to do nothing but hang out with you. So Keisha was like, well, I don't think we can do that. Nook was like, I know your situation and I respect it. I'm just trying to have somebody in my corner that ain't trying to kill me. So Keisha get to, who trying to kill you? And Nook was like, everybody at any moment. I'm just like, nigga. Which is true. But when they find out your ass killed that past, there might be a lot of people coming for you. So Keisha gets, I'm sorry that me reaching out to you made you think that. Before she could say anything else, Nook was like, I get it, we good. So she put her hand on his shoulder, looking him deep in his eyes. Take care of yourself, Nook. So that better be the last that we see of these meetups. So this is when, so like I said, I thought Kevin bought his place, but the whole time Jake tells Gemma, like, I'm taking over Kevin's lease. So he didn't. So Gemma was like, congrats, babe. She's like, I can't believe you got us our own place. She was like, the timing couldn't be more perfect because I'm so ready to get out of my dad's house. If I got to hear him and Tierra fucking one more time, I'm going to lose it. So before she could say anything else, Jake was like, I didn't buy a place for us. I bought a place for me. He was like, I've been saving up. I want a bachelor pad. So Jim was like, you're not a bachelor. So Jake was like, I'm also not married. So Jim was like, well, how would I be living with my dad and my man got his own place? So Jake was like, we way too young to be living together. I was like, at least one of their ass got some sense. So Jim was like, but we fucking. And Jake was like, that's both of our decisions. So Jimmy was like, well, what if I don't want to fuck you no more? So Jake was like, so you're going to withhold sex from me because I don't want to live with you. So Jimmy was like, it makes me not want to be intimate because you don't want to live with me. Jake was like, that's crazy. That was such a teenage argument. It was crazy. So Rob and Emmett, they go to Vic and talk about, like, Rob gonna kill Duda. Vic like, y'all can't kill Duda. And Rob like, look, I don't need y'all help. I'm doing it. Vic like, y'all not street niggas. I know how y'all both came up. So Emmett's like, look, I need Duda dead. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make that happen. Then Rob was like, this ain't just no street shit. Like, this nigga killed my whole family. So Vic, he feeling away. So Emmett's telling Vic, like, we need your help. Vic like, look, man, I got too much to lose. So Em was like, think about how better it would be if we took Duda out. Vic was like, it's better ways to go about things. And Rob was like, no, it ain't. So Vic was like, well, y'all just gonna have to do it without me then. So Rob and Emmett, they leave Vic's office. So Rob turned to Emmett and told him, I ain't no simp. Emmett's like, me neither. I ain't no simp neither, Steve. So Rob was like, I'm gonna kill this nigga Duda with or without y'all help. So this nigga Emmett calls Duda. It was like, look, I need to meet up with you somewhere. It's important. It's a private conversation, so don't bring freaking frat. Talking about Zach and I said Zach. Zay and Nook. Even though he brought Nook ass anyway. So Emmett like, you think we need to get some Pooh Shiesty's face mask? Rob was like, why? He know you coming. So Emmett was like, well, what if somebody else see us? Rob was like, all right, fuck it. Like, the dude gonna die anyway. Emmett was like, you better not miss. And that's exactly what the fuck Rob did. Rob told him, I'm not gonna miss. So Jimmy and Brittany, they in the studio listening to Brittany's music. Gemma start dancing to it. Brittany come up behind her, try and grind on her. Gemma turns around and they kiss. So Gemma, she turns the music off. I got a man. Brittany was like, a man that won't let you live with him, right? I was like, damn, she just telling her all her business. So Brittany was like, no disrespect, but you sacrificing a lot for him and he ain't sacrificing nothing for you. So Gemma was like, what am I sacrificing? So this damn player pimp ass broad, Brittany, talking about some goddamn, what is it? What she say? I had to write this shit down because that shit was so smooth. Smooth pimp talk. She said, the freedom to explore connections with other people. I was like, oh, she a pimp. So Gemma tells Brittany, I only want a professional relationship with you. Brittany was like, I can respect that. She was like, Gemma was like, I think Jake was right anyway. We too young to be living together. She was like, but I do want to get my own place. I just don't got the money. So Brittany, remember Bakari had said she'd be scamming. So she sent Gemma ass 10K something, all right, now go get your place. And she's like, I can't take this. She's like, I ain't made you no money yet. So Brittany was like, I believe in you and what we can do together. Just consider it in advance. So Gemma was like, is this really I believe in you money or is this I want to fuck you money? And Brittany was like, I ain't got to pay the fuck. So Gemma was like, okay, so 10K is 10% of 100,000. How we going to make that back? And Brittany was like, that's all up to you. So then we get this cute moment with Keisha and Kevin. I thought this was so cute. I miss when they used to run together. In the beginning, they used to run together. It was cute. So they stretching or whatever about to run. Keisha basically telling Kevin the do's and don'ts, what you ain't supposed to do, what you is supposed to do. Keep your chain tucked in, don't be flashy, use protection, all that good stuff. So she telling them all that. She's like, I'm gonna miss you. She told him if anything go down, call me before mom. We can figure it out first. So she was like, I'm gonna miss you and I love you. They hug and then they start running. They showed them when they was younger, when they was on season 1. It was so cute. I had forgot all about that. Keisha was a runner, was a track runner. I forgot all about that. She ain't been running a lot this season or last season. I remember. I get it. She went into that depression after her kidnapping, but I forgot all about her being a runner. So Bakari is at home soaking, and Papa is worried about him, so he calls Lene over. They tell him they worried about him. Papa leaves him and Lene to talk. And Lene like, I know you hurt him, but this ain't the way to handle it. Bakari like, then how do I handle it? She talking about something, go for a run or a walk and journal and get some fresh air. I was like, I know she mean well, but she talking about some journal. Bakari says you sound like an after school special. So they was like, just don't give up on yourself. And Bakari was like, it's too late. I was like, oh man. I mean, even though this little nigga a killer, we still kind of rooting for him. And I feel like that's what they trying to make us feel with Nook too. Like this nigga strangled a pastor to death, but they want us to feel sorry for him now all of a sudden. So it'd be weird. I don't know. So Jim is having breakfast with her father and Tierra. She tells them, I'm getting my own place. Marcus like, I'm not giving you the money for it to move out. Marcus be immediately thinking like, it ain't my money coming. It ain't coming out of my pockets. So Jim was like, I don't need your money. So Tierra's like, well, where'd you get the money from? So Jim was like, my new client. Marcus like, you better not be doing nothing illegal. Jim was like, no, my new client gave me an advance. So Tierra was like, in exchange for what? Jim was like, nothing. Like, she believes in my potential. Marcus was like, I don't know if I believe that. So Jim was like, you don't trust me. Tierra was like, well, where you get your money from isn't our business. And I was like, girl, speak for you. That's her whole father. Shut the hell up. Marcus was like, yes, it is. It's like, yes, it is. What'd she say? Yeah, because he was like, yes, it is. So Tierra was like, did you get it? Did you do anything illegal to get the money? Asking Jim this. And Jim was like, no. Tierra was like, so it's none of our business. And Marcus was like, says you. So Tierra was like, so my opinion doesn't matter for something? Marcus was like, your opinion matters, but I want more information first. So Jim was like, I don't owe you that. Marcus was like, who do you think you're talking to? And she was like, my father. Tierra was like, you raised a smart and capable daughter. I'm sure that she can go out there and be on her own. So Jim was like, I can do this, Daddy. She didn't say it like that, but Marcus was like, he tells Jim like, be careful. Jim was like, I'm always careful. He was like, no, you're not. Talking about the pregnancy. So Tierra was like, it'd be so great for us to have the house to ourselves. And they start kissing. And Jim was like, oh, don't make me throw up. So Marcus was like, well, I guess if I can inspect the place first, then you can have my blessing. So Jim, she gets up, thank you, Daddy. Gives him a hug and kiss. Says thank you to Tierra. Thank you so much, Tierra. So Kevin's going away party starts. And the scenes go back and forth and stuff. We get this scene with Zay and Alicia. They meet up. And Alicia was like, I heard a lot about you. I heard that you were quiet and handsome and a little, what you say, a little mysterious. So Zay was like, you trying to seduce me? And Alicia was like, when I seduce you, you won't even know what's happening. And Zay was like, when I seduce you, you won't even know what's happening. So Alicia was like, I want you to come work for me. So Zay was like, I already got a boss. Alicia was like, well, what'd she say? She was like, I know, but who's to say that how long he's going to be around for? And I'm just like, damn. You just going to... Because immediately after, Zay was like, you know something I don't? Because it's like, why would you even say that when you know that your son is the one going out there? You think your son is efficient as you are, and he said he wasn't, and you know he not. Why would she even do that? So now, after this whole thing that happens, they probably gonna be with Duda and telling them, "Oh, that's why Alicia had me meet with her, so you could have less men with you." And then she said something about, who's to say how long he gonna be around? That's gonna put two together for Duda. So Zay was like, yeah, he was like, you know something I don't. Alicia was like, I'm just saying you should keep your options open. So Zay was like, well, I'm listening, okay. So I'm like, oh, okay. She just keeping him there to stall him out, I feel like. So Duda, he brings Nook with him anyway. They there waiting for Emmett. Car pulls up with the headlights on shining. They start driving forward, spin the car. They start shooting at Duda and Zay. Duda and Nook. Nook, he immediately takes cover. Dude, he falls forward. He kind of like crawling to the car, trying to crawl to his car. So Rob finally had the chance to shoot this nigga. And I guess they said the gun jammed, but I thought he ran out of bullets. But apparently the gun jammed. So dude and Nook immediately start shooting back. Rob gets hit. Emmett speeds off. And I'm just like, this dumbass nigga Emmett. Because he gonna know you set him up, dumbass. I was like, y'all was supposed to take him out. Because he know you set him up now. So now it's gonna be open season for you and your family, Emmett. So then we get these little scenes at Kevin's going away party. We get the scene with Lene and Kevin. She basically thanks him for what I forgot they was even foster brother and sister. I forgot all about that shit. Because Kevin moved out immediately after she moved in. That's why I was just like, immediately after she moved in, he was talking about the emancipation, trying to move out. So it was just like, I forgot that they was even, you know. But she like, thank you for welcoming me into the family. I don't know where you would be if it wasn't for you being so patient with me. And I was like, that is true. Because I forgot how much of a struggle bus she was when she first came in living with them. She was, not struggle bus, but she was so annoying. Because she was so stubborn. And Kevin had to keep, like, trying to get her to be less stubborn. So I remember that. So Kev was like, oh, thanks for always pushing me to be better. And Lene was like, thank you, welcome. I was like, she ain't do shit. So he was like, I'm gonna miss you. And Lene was like, we got phones, so don't be a stranger. And Kevin was like, I know, but I'm gonna miss hugging you. And so I guess it's a Chicago slang called muffin. Because he does like this to her head. It's like, I'm gonna miss muffin you. And Lene was like, just come back and visit. I forgot they was even brother and sister, like foster brother and sister. So then Rashad, he approaches Tiara. So that's how you feel? You just gonna leave me on red? So Tiara's like, what are you talking about, Rashad? I know she's tired of his ass. He must be always in her face when they're around. So she like, what are you talking about, Rashad? So Rashad was like, I sent you a heartfelt text and you never responded. So Tiara, I don't know if she pulled her phone out, but she was like, you ain't sent me no text message. So Rashad goes to his phone. And he's like, look, it says right here. And then he realizes that he sent the damn message to Deja, his girlfriend. I was like, this nigga. He was like, oh, shit, I got to go. And he runs out. I was like, this dumbass nigga. She don't need to be with your dumbass anyway. You still lusting after another woman that you had that one night with. So Jake, he goes up to Gemma. Are you still mad at me? And Gemma's like, nope, I'm good, actually. So Jake was like, you seem like you in a better mood. So Gemma was like, yeah, because I'm actually getting my own place, too. So Jake was like, since when? Gemma was like, I came across some money, so I got enough to go apartment hunting. So Jake was like, where you get the money from? And Gemma was like, huh? Jake was like, where you get the money from? He was like, let me guess, Brittany. So Jim was like, how you know? And Jake was like, she trying to fuck you. And Jim was like, I asked her if that's what this was about, and she said no. Jake was like, of course she said no, because she ain't dumb. So Jim was like, well, you don't think she gave me the money because she believes in my talents? So Jake was like, I'm just being honest. He was like, that's her money, and you her pimp. You are now her pimp. I mean, no, he said, that's her money, and she is now your pimp. So Jake was like, fuck you. And Jake was like, I'm just being honest. Jim was like, fuck you. And Jake was like, I'm just being honest. Jim was like, you're being an asshole. And Jake was like, I won't say shit now. Because Jake know what's going on. Like I said, Jake be knowing. He be having some smart advice for people. He be knowing shit already. It's like, Jake be knowing. He know what's up with that girl. So everybody dancing, having a good time at Kevin's going away party. Kevin decides to give a speech. Basically saying he's going to remember this night forever. He don't know where he would be without all the people there. And thank all of them for letting him find his way and always being himself. He thanks Jake and Papa for always standing by his side and his family for always lifting him up. He was like, he's grateful to Chicago because it made him who he is. And he promises to go out there and make everybody proud. And I'm just like, applause, but at the same time, that we better not be getting rid of Kevin for good. Like I keep saying. And then we get this emotional moment. Nina pulls Kevin to the side, gives him so much hug, holds him tight. Because, you know, that's her baby boy, so. And it felt like a real goodbye, like he really leaving the show. So Keisha, she goes up to Fatima and Vic, like, y'all seen Emmett? Fatima's like, no. So Vic looking all suspicious, his dumb ass. So Fatima's like, Vic, you seen him? So then Vic don't answer, and Keisha gets a call from Tiff. So apparently, because I was like, the way that it looked like Rob got shot when he got shot in the car, it looked like he had got shot in the heart. So I was like, Rob, that nigga about to die in the car. But apparently he ain't died. It looked like he in a coma or something. So Alicia and Tiff, they at the hospital standing over him. He unconscious, of course. He looked like he in a coma. So Alicia's looking at. This is the first time Alicia and Tiff are meeting. And I was like, go off, Tiff. You get to do this powerful ass scene with this legendary actor. Go off, Tiff. Go off. So anyway, Alicia, so you the reason that he wanted the money, huh? I mean, that he needed the money. So Tiff was like, we was trying to start a business to get away from Duda. So Alicia was like, my son never had any desire to start his own business. So Tiff was like, well, he believed in me and he believed in what we could build. Oh, excuse me. So Alicia was like, how dare you speak of my son in the past tense like he isn't still alive? I was like, damn. She did do that, though. Tiff ain't had nothing to say about that. She definitely did say, she did speak of him in the past tense. I was like, Alicia was like, you got some life insurance on him? Tiff was like, what? No. Like, you crazy? Alicia was like, I gotta ask. So Tiff tells Alicia, like, this is all your fault. Because he told me about the deal that you guys had. And I think that he in this predicament because of what you asked him to do. What you told him to do. So Alicia's like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. And I don't know what he told you. But I would never put my son in danger. She was like, you should leave. Tell Tiff you should leave. Tiff was like, I'm not leaving him. So Alicia was like, I'm his family. You just some hussy he lived with. So Alicia called a nurse in there. Could you please have her leave, escorted out? So the nurse asked Tiff, are you a spouse? Tiff was like, yes. Alicia was like, no, she's lying. The nurse was like, if you're not spouse or family, I'm sorry, you're going to have to go. And Tiff leaves. So then Alicia just in there talking to goddamn Rob's unconscious body, talking about something. How dare you tell that bitch about our arrangement? Talking about something. If something go down, she gonna be the first one to go to she gonna be the first one sitting on the FBI. She gonna be the first. She said she gonna be the first. Tiff gonna be the first one sitting on the witness stand if the FBI come around. She's like, you never reveal info about a hit outside the family. She's like, I need you to wake up so I can put my foot in your ass. I was like, why is she talking to him when he's not even conscious? Like, come on, bro. I thought that was so funny. Like, she must think he could hear. He's like, oh, I'm not waking up now. So Zay, he meets up with Nook and Duda. And Duda's like, where was you? Where was you at? Zay was like, my phone was dead. Duda was like, that's why you left your post? So Zay was like, I was off. Duda chokes him up like, nigga, you ain't never off. Nigga, you ain't never off. So Zay was like, what happened? So Duda lets him go and was like, you got a lot of learning to do. You got a lot of learning to do. So Nook was like, I hope it was good, nigga. Must think he was out getting some pussy or something the whole time. They don't even know that the enemy was distracting him. So back at the hospital, Emmett's pacing outside of Rob's room. Vic comes in like, what happened? Emmett was like, he had him. Rob had Duda. But the gun jammed. It seemed to me that he just ran out of bullets, but I don't know. He says the gun jammed. So Vic was like, how's Rob doing? And Emmett was like, well, the surgery went well. We just waiting for Rob to wake up. He was like, I think Rob gonna be alright though. So Vic was like, I told y'all niggas not to do this. So Emma was like, man, somebody had to do something. So Vic, he storms out, feeling like he responsible because they did come to him. But I mean, Vic knew they was gonna do it. So it's like, why you acting so shocked? You probably didn't think this was gonna be the outcome. I mean, you should have known. You said it yourself, they not street niggas. So Rashad, he walking in his house trying to rehearse what he gonna say to Deja. Before he can even do that, he get in the door, all his shit is already packed on the living room couch, ready to go. As he grabbing his stuff to go, Deja finally responds. She don't even respond. She just likes the message that he meant to send to her, that he accidentally sent to her. She just likes the message. So Rashad, he hit. So Bakari, he tripping, still soaking. He ends up seeing Coogie, starts talking to Coogie, and Coogie like, I ain't never tell you to avenge my death. And Bakari like, I had to. And Coogie's like, did it make you feel better? And Bakari's like, nope. The Coogie like, I know you haunted by it. Bakari was like, I'm trying to do better. And Coogie was like, well, I don't want you to die for me. I want you to live for me. The life I couldn't. And then Bakari wakes up, realizes it was a dream. I mean, he should have known it was a dream. I thought that was interesting though, to give us that Coogie moment. I was like, shouldn't he have seen Ronnie, the person he actually killed? But I guess seeing the dude that he was avenging, I guess that makes sense too. So Vic, he gets back home, he in a rage. Fatima's asking like, how's Rob? Vic like, man, he ain't talking. Vic's putting clothes on. Fatima like, where you going? And Vic like, I gotta handle some business. Fatima like, you ain't leaving this house. Vic's like, not now. And Fatima's like, you know what you gonna go finish the job? So Vic like, if I don't do something, like, I don't know how many more bodies gonna drop. So Fatima's like, this isn't your fight. You can't keep trying to save everybody else, especially when you got family here that needs you. So Vic's like, oh, okay, it's gonna be okay. He was like, you right. I'm tripping. He's like, I'm sorry. I just need to clear my mind. Let me go take a shower. I know everybody in their mind was probably like, this nigga lying like hell. I mean, me personally, I thought he was gonna go to the bathroom and turn the shower on at least and sneak out through the window. I don't know why I thought he was gonna do all that. But this nigga didn't even do all that. So Fatim's like, okay, baby, okay. She leaves. He grabs his gun from under the mattress. This nigga sneaks out, try to close the door silently. I thought this nigga was gonna leave the shower on. He didn't even do that. So it's like, nigga, he just snuck out. He was like, fuck it. And then we get the little final scene. Kevin, he taking like one last little look at his apartment. I guess that's the last time we're gonna see Kevin. I don't know. But that's how it ends. And I'm just like I said, I give it a B-. It was good, but it was still like, whatever. Yeah, because it was just like a lot of moments where I just felt like, come on now. And like I said, the episode should have been called like Bad Kevin or something like that. Like, who shot you? We knew that who got shot, Rob. We know who shot him, even Nook or Duda, it don't matter. They the same, they on the same team. Predictions for episodes to come. Let's see. Oh, also, did you notice how Papa was smoking with them in Kevin's house, but he didn't want to smoke at game night in front of Kenya? Even though she was dissing him the whole night. I would have hit that blunt. Fuck this bitch. But anyway, predictions for next episodes. Everybody that's related to Emmy better go and hide. Jada, Darnell, Keisha, the babies. They need to round them up. Tiff, all of them got to go and hide. All of them. Until Duda is taken down. I wonder what Vic about to go do. Is Vic about to go try to talk to Duda, talk him down? Or is he going to go kill Duda? What is he going to do? Because he got that status now, that political status. What is Vic about to go do? What else happened in this episode? I guess, like I said, I guess it's the last time we probably going to see Kevin. We better see him next season. He better come back. I don't care. What else? They ain't mentioned nothing in this episode about them guns being in their closet. What else? We could see Nook and Zay fighting to be Duda's number 2. Duda's number 1, whatever you want to call it. So I'm wondering how that's gonna play out. They wanting us to feel sorry for Nook in some way. I hope that was the last time we see him and Keisha sitting together in no car. But other than that, thanks for watching this review. And comment below what you thought of the episode, what you thought of my review, what I talked about, if I forgot anything, all that good stuff. Comment below. And like this video and subscribe to my channel because I don't only review this show. I also review other shows because, like I said earlier in my review, I just finished reviewing Zeus Network's Baddies East. So, yeah, check that out too. And I will see y'all in the next review. Peace.